It's fine. Okay. Okay. All right. Good evening, everyone. We are with the game week 9, the semi-final of the tier finals. And this is the international leg. Adam on seat 1, Shane on seat 2, Nikhil on seat 3, Mario on seat 4. Let me just open the PDF on my phone and we'll get going.
All the best, everyone.
Yeah, good luck.
You too.
Yeah. That's it. Let me switch on my camera as well. Right. So first question coming up for Adam. Here it goes. Wim Wenders' latest movie, Perfect Day, starring Koji Yakusho in the role of a public toilet cleaner in Tokyo, appropriately features the song Perfect Days on its soundtrack. This song, from the 72 album Transformer and also featured prominently in the movie Trainspotting, was written and performed by which frontman of the band, The Velvet Underground?
Lou Reed.
Lou Reed is correct. Copa Libertadores is the most prestigious tournament in the South American club football, the only club in its country never to be relegated to the second tier, which Ecuadorian club finished runners-up at the Copa Libertadores in 1990 and 1998. Not to be confused with a very famous namesake, the club was named after his home city by an immigrant to Guayaquil called Eutemio Perez. 10 seconds.
Let's go with the Boulevard.
Shane?
Barcelona.
That is correct. Barcelona is correct. So Barcelona SC. Shane, you're direct. The first lady from Japan to win an Oscar for Best Actress in a Supporting Role was Miyoshi Umeki for the role of Katsumi Kelly in which 57 film. This Japanese greeting was also the title of the 54 novel by James A. Michener, the film's source material.
Sayonara.
That is correct, which is Sayonara. It's goodbye for in Japanese. Second direct. Both Neptune and Uranus are majorly made of hydrogen and helium, but which third gas gives them both the distinctive dark blue or dark blue color? Ten seconds.
Methane.
What?
Methane.
Methane is correct.
Wow. Okay.
Very good.
Nice.
Nikhil, your direct. Prince of Prince is the original title of the biography by Simon Sebag Montefiore, of which military leader and lover of Catherine the Great. The claim that he stepped up the construction of phony villages to impress Catherine on her 1787 tour of Crimea is regarded by most historians as largely fictional.
Potemkin.
Yes, correct. Grigory Potemkin. Or Grigory Potemkin. And read the expression here. Second direct. Schubert, thematic catalog of all his works in chronological order, is also known as what catalog? Named, coincidentally, it's geographically appropriate, after the author, a musicologist. The Truth Quintet is designated D667. Ten seconds.
See Deutsch catalog.
Deutsch is correct after Otto Deutsch. Mario. Voted WWE's greatest world heavyweight champion in 2013 viewer poll, which wrestler was named after an educator, author, and orator who was originally born into slavery?
Booker T.
Booker T is correct after Booker T Washington. Second. Poutine is fries topped with white cheddar cheese curds covered in warm gravy, with a mild taste and soft texture due to the presence of moisture. Which North American country is home to this dish? This country has the world's largest coastline.
Canada.
What?
Canada.
Canada is correct. Round 2. This gas is very non-reactive. Its percentage levels 2 are generated and maintained in this natural equilibrium by plants and surface soil bacteria. That's why roughly 75% of the Earth's atmosphere is made out of this gas. Which one?
Nitrogen.
Nitrogen is correct. Second. In the history of English literature, the period from 450 to 1066 AD is called the Old English period or the blank blank period. What hyphenated word goes into the blanks?
Anglo-Saxon.
Anglo-Saxon is correct. Chain your directs. Lewis Hamilton's move to Ferrari from the 2025 season made the headlines in the F1 paddock, making him one of the few British drivers to race for the Italian team. A certain British driver was no stranger to winning world championships. In fact, he had won 7 world championships in 350cc and 500cc combined before shifting to Formula 1. His sole F1 world championship came with Ferrari when he won the 64th season by a solitary point. Who?
Surtees.
Surtees is correct. John Surtees. Second. Zoe Hegedus is a food stylist who made this, in the image, Scandinavian dish topped with egg yolks. However, since egg yolks wouldn't stay together on the long hot shoot days in June, she concocted a sphere made of mango and orange juice as a replica. For which movie was it made, whose real counterpart was established by the Swedish Parliament in 1952?
Midsummer.
Midsummer is correct. This is Midsummer. Nikhil. Rhythmo or Rhythm Zero was a 6-hour work of performance art by which artist in Naples in 74. The work involved the artist standing still while the audience was invited to do to her whatever they wished, using one of 72 objects placed on the table. The artist walked away after 6 hours, dripping in blood and tears, after the audience cut up her clothes, stuck rose thorns, etc., while one person aimed the loaded gun at her head. Ten seconds.
Doesn't sound right. I'll say Marina Abramovich.
That is correct. This is Marina Abramovich.
I wasn't sure she was around then.
Really old.
Second direct. The Peruvian club, popularly known as Lau, that finished runner-up at the 72 Copa Libertadores, as well as the Chilean club Blanc Católica that finished runner-up in the 1993, both feature what kind of establishment in their names? The name of the establishment in question is derived from the Latin phrase redacted magistrorum et scholarium. Ten seconds.
It's a university.
That is also correct. 4 and 4 for you. This is university. Mario. Sophia Bogle's daily job involves handling certain items older than 120 plus years with utmost care. In her process, she deconstructs the item, removes the acidic exterior, sands it, cleans it with a repair knife, washes it in hot water, and then uses Japanese tissue to fix any wear and tear. Final touches involve embossing, gluing, and pressing it all together. What is Sophia Bogle's daily job? Ten seconds.
Um, Fabergex.
What?
Fabergex.
Adam?
Pass.
Nikhil?
Pass.
Shane?
Pass.
She is a book conservationist. So this is how she conserves.
Oh, just that. Okay.
I mean,
Thought that was something specific.
Book conservationist. Mario second direct. In English literature, the neoclassical period, 1660 to 1785, ends with the age of sensibility or the age of Johnson, which is 1745 to 1785, and is preceded by the Augustan age or the age of Pope, which is 1700 to 1745. What age or period from 1660 to 1700 starts the neoclassical period? This time period was labeled as such for the recovery of the Stuart family kingship. Ten seconds. Answer.
Shakespearean age.
Adam?
Restoration.
Restoration period is correct. So restoration period. Round 3 with Adam. Gabriela Farfar, the gem curator of Smithsonian, explains that the hardness of a mineral refers to its scratchability and not its toughness. Measured on Mohs hardness scale, diamond is the hardest mineral, suggesting that it's not scratchable and won't erode over time. Therefore, tell us which is the toughest mineral in the left pick, meaning it is most difficult to break, or name the softest mineral, that is in the Mohs hardness scale of 1 in the right pick. Give either.
Talc or talcum.
Talc is the softest mineral. Anybody for the toughest mineral? This is jade.
Oh, jade. Oh, way. Good for you, Jade.
Second direct. He was the last Ferrari driver to be personally selected by Enzo Ferrari before his death in August 1988. He won 3 races with Ferrari before retiring at the end of the 1990 season. He came out of retirement thanks to Frank Williams and achieved his most successful spell, including a drivers' championship. What British driver?
Hill.
Not Hill. Nikhil?
This is Mansell.
This is Mansell, Nigel Mansell.
Thank you.
I'd love 50-50 there.
Yeah, well, I knew I didn't know it, so I just threw a note to
Shane?
Chef One driver.
The Austrian pediatrician who researched on it called it autistic psychopathy and referred to those with this condition as little professors. As it was published during World War II in German, it was sadly lost until rediscovered in the late 70s and eponymously named what? Recently, it has been merged into autism spectrum disorder.
Asperger's.
Asperger's is correct. Second direct. Dark tourism involves visiting sites associated with death, tragedy, or suffering. The catacombs of Paris, Sedlec in Czech Republic, Capella dos Ossos in Portugal, and the Skull Tower in Serbia are macabre tourist attractions where a visitor can see human skeletal remains. What are such repositories called?
Ossuaries.
Ossuaries is correct. Nikhil? Venus is uninhabitable because it is covered with carbon dioxide. But it is also uninhabitable because its atmosphere has the presence of which acid that gives it its distinctive yellow color?
It's sulfuric.
Sulfuric is correct. Second direct. Which TV series is based on a two-word scientific phrase meaning a drastic change and advancement? The original series stars Scott Bakula as Dr. Sam Beckett, a physicist who involuntarily jumps through space-time during experiments in time travel by temporarily taking the place of other people to correct what he consistently discovers were historical mistakes.
Quantum leap.
Quantum leap is also correct. Mario. The Leisure Catalogue lists the works of which composer? His prelude "Et la Presse Midi d'une Faune" is designated as L86.
Debussy.
Debussy is correct.
Afternoon of the Faun.
Gabriela Farfan mentions that rubies and sapphires only have one difference, which is in their color. The gem industry has designated only a single color for one of the gems between ruby and sapphire, whereas every other color of the rainbow is designated to the other gem. Which of the two was designated a single color and what color was designated? Need both parts.
Uh, Ruby and red.
What?
Ruby and red.
I didn't hear you again.
Red ruby.
Could you just tell me what color and what gem are you saying? I didn't understand.
Can anyone else hear me?
I can hear
I
you.
can,
Yeah, I
yes.
can hear you. He said ruby and red.
Ruby and red is correct, if that's what you said. I couldn't hear you any of the.
Yeah.
Ruby
said
and
that.
red is correct. Rubies are red. Sapphires are all the remaining 6 colors. Need both ruby and red. Round 4 with Adam. Eiko Ishioka received a posthumous nomination for the 2012 movie Mirror Mirror under costume design. In 1992, Ishioka won an Oscar under the same category for designing 19th century attires for a story set in England and Romania. Which movie?
Let's go with Francis Ford Coppola's Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Dracula is correct. Second direct. Who led the Free Economic Society, a learned society independent of but supported by Catherine the Great, which promoted liberal reform in Russia. He played a key role in the coup that brought Catherine to power and was her lover. He later tried to rekindle their romance by offering her something with the shape and proportions of half a chicken's egg, encrusted into Catherine's imperial scepter in 1774.
Let's let the egg do a lot of work. Fabergé.
No. Mario?
Pass.
Shane?
Pass.
Nikhil?
Orlov.
Orlov is correct.
Let's say Orlov diamond
Very good.
or something.
The eponymous Orlov diamond. Shane, your directs. Which WWE outfit shares their name with a book series that was ghostwritten by many people under the collective pseudonym Franklin W. Dixon?
Hardy Boys.
Hardy Boys is correct. Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy. Shane, your directs. Two clubs from the same Colombian city have made 6 Copa Libertadores finals between them without ever winning one. One of them, America de Blanc, made the finals thrice from 85 to 87 and then again in 1996. The other, Deportivo Blanc, made 2 finals in 78 and 99. Which city forms part of the names of both of these unsuccessful clubs? The city was the headquarters of a successful association of a different kind that reigned from 1923 to 1925 and controlled over 80% of the world's market.
Medellin.
Common wrong answer. Mario,
Pass.
Adam,
Pass.
Nikhil.
Kali?
Kali is correct. This is Kali cartel.
I would have thought the Medellin
I would
cartel
have thought
was
Medellin
the,
as well, yeah.
1980, 93 to 95 when Escobar was already dead. So this
Oh,
is
yeah.
when the Kali took over.
Yep.
So this is after
Need to
the death of
rewatch
Escobar.
Narcos.
Yeah, the third season of Narcos is dedicated to Kali cartel. Anyways, Nikhil, you're direct. Gabriela Farfan explains that rubies and sapphires are the exact same mineral. The mineral's English name is derived from the Tamil Dravidian word for ruby sapphire. Either give us a name of the mineral or name the two elements from the periodic table that form the mineral in a 2:3 ions ratio.
It's a corundum.
Just a second. Could you just say one more time with the pronunciation?
Corundum.
Yeah, I'll give it. Corundum is correct. This is corundum. The elements are aluminium and oxygen. Aluminum oxide, Al2O3. Second, direct Nikhil. Amy Wada was a notable Japanese costume designer who worked with many performing artists besides films. She won Best Costume Design for 85 chaotic drama directed by Akira Kurosawa. The film's plot derives elements from King Lear and the legends of the Daimyo Mori Motonari. Which film?
Ran.
Ran is correct. Mario's direct. Which English surgeon, apothecary, paleontologist gives his name to an eponymous condition he described in his 1817 an essay on the shaking palsy. The motor symptoms of this disease arise mainly from cell death in substantia nigra, a deep brain structure that produces dopamine.
Bell.
Not Bell's palsy. Adam?
Parkinson?
Parkinson is correct. This is Parkinson. Second direct. The Tuol Sleng Genocide Museum, formerly a high school turned prison, and the killing fields of Choyang Ek both memorialize the atrocities committed during the reign of which regime in Cambodia?
Khmer Rouge.
Khmer Rouge is correct. Halfway through, 7, 8, 11, and 5. Adam, here we go, round 5. Joe the Lion was a track that was in part a tribute to performance artist Chris Burden, who was famous for having himself crucified to a Volkswagen in 1974. Nail me to my car and I'll tell you who you are. And for having an assistant shoot him in the arm at an art gallery in 71. Guess you'll buy a gun, we'll buy it secondhand. The song was from a landmark 77 album by which influential musician? Ten seconds.
David Bowie?
Bowie is correct. This is David Bowie.
Which album?
Heroes. Yeah.
Just a second. Huh?
One I haven't listened to, so I have to guess.
Chipsi Mayai is the country's most popular street food. It's basically a fries omelette. It is typically served with kachumber, chili pepper, or chili sauce. Which country in Africa is this? Home to the tallest mountain in Africa and the second largest lake in the world by volume.
Tanzania?
Tanzania is correct. This is Kilimanjaro, reference to Kilimanjaro and Tanganyika Lake. Shane. The soundtrack of Perfect Days has two songs referencing eye color, pale blue eyes and brown eyed girl. Well, the former is by Lou Reed and the Velvet Underground. The latter is a signature song of which Northern Irish singer and songwriter, the first living inductee into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame to skip his own induction in 1993.
Van Morrison.
Van Morrison is correct. Sir Van Morrison. Second direct. Which former resident of Gallifrey is currently using this?
The Doctor.
Yeah, the Doctor is correct, or Doctor Who. Nikhil, your direct. Which WWE wrestler's ring name came about when he was thinking of changing his previous name Ringmaster at the same time that his English wife got angry at him for not drinking the cup of tea served while it was still warm? Ten seconds.
Triple H.
Mario,
Pass.
Shane.
Austin. You need the whole thing?
Yeah, I need the whole thing.
Ice Cold Steve Austin.
I mean, I'll give you. It's not ice cold.
That's,
not
I mean,
high
that's not
school.
what his
It's
name
not-
is.
Yeah.
That's not, if you need the whole thing, that's not the
No, I
correct
don't
answer.
need. Let me say.
Oh.
Let me say.
Oh, if you don't need
I
it,
am
then that's
giving
fine.
him for Austin. It's the same person. The name is
Alright.
Stone Cold Steve Austin, but yeah,
Stone
I think
Cold,
they said
oh,
Austin.
God.
Okay, yeah. If it says except Austin, yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine.
I didn't
Never mind.
realize it had said
Oof.
except Austin. So it's the same person,
Ringmaster.
obviously.
Shit,
That's
I
how we
remember
know
when
it's
he was the
the
ringmaster also. Oh,
name Stone
I
Cold.
unfortunately do as well.
Stone Cold.
Nikhil, your direct. Salchipapas is a popular street food originating in the capital city of which South American country? Fries are topped with thinly sliced hot dogs and are garnished with cheese or eggs. Mustard, ketchup, mayonnaise, and ají are the most popular sauce choices. This country has the highest sand dune in the world, Cerro Blanco, located in the Sechura Desert. Ten seconds.
mm, the Peru.
Peru is correct. Peru is correct.
Jesus.
How did you pick that?
All the puns
Ugh.
coming off for you today. Peru
The
is correct.
just trying to think which is more desert adjacent.
Mario, your directs. Orlan, Genesis, Breyer, P. Orridge, and Nina Arsenault are the performance artists who have used which method to reshape themselves as a creative statement?
Plastic surgery.
Good enough or not good enough? That is actually accurate. Plastic surgery is correct. Second direct. Catherine the Great was born Princess Sophie in 1729, in which Baltic seaport, then in the Kingdom of Prussia, and now in Poland. You can give either its German name, famously used by Winston Churchill to mark the northern end of the Iron Curtain, or its Polish name.
Danzig.
Again, I didn't get you.
Danzig or Dansk.
Not Danzig, not Gdansk. I get it's the same city. No, Adam.
Stettin
Stettin is correct. This
or
is
whatever
the-
the Polish is.
Anhalt Zerbst or something. No. Oh,
From Stettin in the Baltic to Trieste in the Adriatic, an Iron Curtain has descended.
I
So this is
remember the
Stettin.
Trieste part, but clearly not the stadium.
Round 6 with Adam. An inherited neurodegenerative disease. The involvement of basal ganglia causes involuntary movement of hands and or feet, giving it an alternative name of chorea. What eponymous disease which Woody Guthrie eventually succumbed to in 67?
This Huntington's.
Huntington is correct. Second direct. Cliff Denton is one of just two remaining master putter-togethers at the Ernest Wright factory in England. In this mass production era, they still make these items by hand and it takes years of training. It takes 5 years alone to master the final stage that involves hammering with precision, or else it's ruined. What are these handmade items that sell for around $100 to $350 per pair? Ten seconds. Yes, Adam.
Earrings.
Not earrings. Mario.
Pass.
Shane.
Pass.
Nikhil.
Pass.
Pass. So this is
Yeah, what's going on here?
basically, this ring is basically where you put your thumb and the other finger at the other side. And put it together is a term used for scissor makers. So they are making scissors.
Oh,
Scissor makers.
100 to 350 per pair. Wow.
must be
Yeah,
nice
they're
scissors.
handmade, so they are special in that sense.
Artisan scissors. Just made for you.
What a country.
Shane, you're direct. The Kochel or Kochel Verzechin's catalog is a chronological catalog of compositions by what musician? His symphony number 40, grade G minor, is designated K550.
Bach.
Just a second.
J.S. Bach.
Yeah, no, this is not Bach. Mario.
Mozart.
Mozart is correct. This is Mozart.
Michelle number.
40 was the hint, I suppose, there. Symphony
Mhm.
40. Shane, your second direct. The modern period in English literature, 1901 to 1939, was divided into two halves. The blank one period, 1901 to 1910, and the blank two period, 1910 to 1936, are both named after their respective kings. Name either of those periods.
Edwardian.
Is correct. And the other one, anybody?
Georgian.
Georgian is correct. Edwardian and Georgian. Nikhil, your directs. In total, he won 3 career World Championships Grand Prix wins. The least Grand Prix wins scored by a Formula One World Champion. He became the first British driver to be crowned F1 World Champion driving a Ferrari and unfortunately died the following year, 3 months after retiring from the sport. Ten seconds.
Stewart.
It's not Stuart. Mario.
Pass.
Shane.
Hawthorne.
Brilliant crack. This is Mike Hawthorne.
Very good.
Mike Hawthorne. Nikhil second direct. The French neurologist who first studied this condition called it maladie des tics. It was Charcot, the famous French neurologist, who named it after his student. What eponymous condition infamously associated with coprolalia, despite evidence to the contrary that it is not very commonly associated with this condition?
Tourette's.
Yes, this is Tourette's. This is Tourette's. Named after Gilles de la Tourette. Mario. The protagonist of Perfect Days is shown to be both sitting on the dock of the bay or walking through the sleepy city. Name either the iconic band created for the latter song or the person who co-wrote and recorded the former 3 days before his death in a plane crash in 1967.
Otis Redding.
Otis Redding is the singer. Anybody for the band? This is the Rolling Stones. The Rolling Stones and Otis Redding. Mario. Created by Natasha Leon, Leslie Hetland, and Amy Poehler, which 2019 series follows Nadia Vulbakov, which is Leon, a game developer who repeatedly dies and relives the night of her 36th birthday in an ongoing time loop and tries to solve it. The series name might remind you of a toy about peeling away layers, as the protagonist does in the series.
Russian doll.
Russian doll is correct. Round 7 with Adam. Since Undertaker was a bad brother, in the early plotlines of WWE, which wrestler was introduced as his brother and got a name that accorded that biblical quality?
Kane.
He said it.
He,
I don't think you
he
heard it.
said an answer.
Kane.
Kane is correct. Kane is correct. Second direct. Based on the Diana Gabaldon series of the same name, which TV series follows the life of a former World War II military nurse who falls through time for the first time at Craignadoon?
Outlander.
Outlander is also correct. Shane, your direct. Makara perunat is a dish that has fries topped with sausages. Diced pickles, onions, ketchup, mustard, and mayonnaise also accompany this dish. Which northern European country does this dish belong to? There are exactly 187,888 lakes larger than 500 meters square and 179,584 islands within the territory of this country. Both are world records.
Finland.
Finland is correct. This is Finland.
I'd always heard that Sweden had the most islands.
See, that's what was really giving me pause because I thought so too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweden has been answered by a lot of people in the
Yeah.
correct. Shane, your direct. What given and regnal name, as in we need just the one name, was shared by Catherine the Great's husband, whom she overthrew and may have had killed, and the first person to hold the title of Emperor of all Russia. The latter is, like Catherine, widely referred to by the epithet the Great.
Peter the Third.
Just need Peter. Peter the Third is correct.
Yeah.
Peter the Great.
Well, he wasn't Peter the Great, though.
No. So the question referenced both.
Oh, the title, the first person to hold
Yeah,
the
the
title.
great and then Catherine's like Catherine's husband.
Yeah, I just gave because Peter is there, so that's
Yeah,
given.
yeah. Oh, it's shared between the two, right? Yeah.
Nikhil, your direct. James Fever is a professional blank hunter. While his dog sniffs it out first, Fever then fetches it from underground and gives it a sniff himself to check its ripeness. Since it can go bad just after 5 days, he needs to sell them immediately. What does he hunt? Something whose largest white variant sold for a record-breaking $61,000.
Truffle.
He is a truffle hunter. This is truffle. Very good. Truffle, peat-borne truffle are acceptable.
There's a picture of a truffle if you needed it.
Second direct. The Middle English period, 1060 to 1500, starts with the Anglo-Norman period, 1060 to 1340, and ends with the age of Barren or Dark Age, 1400 to 1500. In between, from 1340 to 1400, it is called the Age of Blank. Whose surname goes into the blank?
Hmm.
10 seconds.
Is it
Answer?
Chaucer?
Chaucer is correct. Geoffrey Chaucer is correct. This is called the Chaucer period. Mario, your directs. The ExoMars trace gas orbiter detected a tinge of green in the atmosphere of Mars in 2020, marking the first time that which phenomena had been spotted around a planet other than Earth. The atmospheric night glow occurs when two oxygen atoms formed in daylight and carbon dioxide molecules are split apart in sunlight, combined to form an oxygen molecule about 50 km above the planetary surface of Mars.
Aurora.
Is correct. Just Aurora is correct. Second. Which Argentine club, named after Isaac Blanc, an Englishman who popularized the game in Argentina in the late 19th century, finished runners-up twice at the Copa Libertadores in 1988 and 1992? The club is most notable for its youth divisions, having produced future Argentine superstars like Gabriel Batistuta, Maxi Rodriguez, Jorge Valdano, and Lionel Messi.
Um,
10 seconds.
Rosario.
Adam,
Newell's Young Boys.
Yeah.
just a
That's
second.
not it.
Is it not right? Not too bad.
What did you say? Could you repeat?
I said Newell's Young Boys.
I will, on my discretion, I will prompt you.
Newell's Old Boys.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Newell's old
Nice
boy.
generous
Old
prompt.
boy.
But
That's
thank
a
you.
very generous prompt.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wrong. Specifically, I get it. But if there is a prompt ever that exists, this is the as close as it gets.
But
I don't think so. But I mean, if you said young boys, that's definitely not, and especially in the game situation. That's okay. Your
I
call.
think that's right. I don't think that's right. So, who was next on the pass?
Shane.
Me.
Sorry, that's not right. We should have moved on. Let's find the Tanmay. Don't worry. Who was next on the pass? Just
Me.
press wrong and see.
Can I go back undo?
Yeah. So I think the fair thing is to you have to undo, mark Adam wrong, and then I'll just pass along.
Shane and Nikhil. Oh, you'll give a question.
I have to give a question. So
I mean,
just
if
hold
Shane
on.
has it, I'm fine with that.
yeah, I mean, like, we can.
I mean, I did have it, but whatever you want to do is
Just
fine.
Your call. If you guys
I
want to do a
think at this
question,
point
let's
it's
do the
yeah.
question.
I think if Shane says he had it, we're all like quizzing for fun. So if Shane says he has it, let's just give it to him. And
Yeah,
move on.
everybody
I
is
believe
fine.
him.
Before
Yeah.
I'm
I mean,
fine with
I'd
that.
say ask Nichols. That's the one that affects the most. I
I'm
guess.
fine with that. I'm fine with that.
Okay, so
Either
I'm
way,
let's
either
do
way, I'm fine. Whichever you guys
Yeah.
decide.
So it
Okay.
wasn't
Okay.
right. Of course, the answer
I'm
wasn't
giving
right.
the
So
points to Shane then. Okay.
yep.
Yep.
No worries, Tanmay. You caught in a tough situation. We can continue.
Yeah, I thought it's very close for a prompt, so I just prompted. Anyways,
Sorry, Adam. Yeah, but yes.
Yeah, that's okay. It's wrong.
Adam, your directs. The Hoboken catalog is a catalog of compositions by what musician? His 101st symphony is designated Hob 1/101.
Haydn.
Adam, could you repeat once?
Haydn.
Haydn is correct. This is Haydn.
Who else would have that many symphonies? I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Never heard of the catalog.
Second
maybe.
direct, Adam. Krakow has shot up the rankings in terms of popular dark tourism destinations as it is a gateway to which notorious site noted for its association with the Holocaust. At the entrance, you would typically see a sign that reads Arbit macht free, which translates to work sets you free in English.
Auschwitz.
Auschwitz is also correct.
I say that in my team meetings. Work sets you free.
Mm.
Shane, your directs. The Kimberley diamond, shown here in Gabriela Farfan's hands, originated in South Africa and was gifted to the Smithsonian in 2019. The shape of it would be called a rectangular emerald cut. It is also called a blank cut, named after a long and rectangular food item that is extremely popular in a country 6,000 miles north of South Africa. Fill in the blank.
Baguette.
Brilliant crack. This is a baguette cut. This is also called a baguette cut. Second direct. Which reality comedy franchise created by Jeff Tremaine, Spike Jonze, and Johnny Knoxville featured a cast of 9 friends doing stunts that often involved extreme physical pain? It originally aired as a TV series for 3 short seasons on MTV between 2000 and 2001 and gets its name from the term to refer to a stupid person, ultimately referring to the male of a particular species.
Jackass.
That is also correct. We move on to 18. This is Jackass. Nikhil, your directs. Appropriately for a movie set in Japan, the soundtrack of Perfect Days features Maki Asakawa's Japanese version of the folk song The House of the Blank Blank. Fill in the blank to complete the name of a song that was famously recorded in 1964 by the Animals and known thereafter as the first folk rock hit.
Rising Sun.
Rising Sun is correct. Nikhil, you're direct. A trip to which site of dark tourism would include a visit to the abandoned town center of Okuma. It once had a population of 11,000 and now lies empty and semi-destroyed.
Chernobyl.
Just one more time, Nikhil.
Chernobyl.
Mario?
Fukushima.
Fukushima is correct.
Yeah, I couldn't
Fukushima.
pick between the two.
I mean, Okuma is very Japanese.
Yeah.
Last two questions from Mario. Who was the last Brit before Hamilton to race for Ferrari? He missed a chance, bet 2 points to become the driver's world champion, but contributed to winning Ferrari's first constructors' title since 1983.
Hill.
Not Hill. Nikhil?
Button.
Not Burton. Adam?
Pass.
Shane?
I don't know, pass.
This is Eddie Irvine.
Yeah.
Eddie Irvine.
Mm.
Last question of today's quiz. Rinko Kikuchi became the first Japanese actress nominated for an Academy Award in more than 5 decades for her role as Chiko Wataya in a 2006 film. Which multi-narrative drama film is this that has interwoven stories taking place in Morocco, Mexico, Japan, and the US in a fitting tribute to its genesis in the Bible?
Babel.
Babel is correct, and with that we come to the end of this riveting
Sorry,
quiz.
Adam.
I
Was
did
close
not
to-
put
That's
Adam.
okay. I should have
Would have
said the
taken
correct
it and there
answer
would have been
instead
a
of
tie,
the wrong one.
but Mario answered it. But yeah, well played, everyone.
Jesus, that
Very
was
good.
tough.
Yeah. Sorry for overruling Tanmay there, Adam.